Welcome back to Chapter 2 of our series, Get Customers Without Ads, Organic Marketing 101. In this episode, titled, Find Your Audience, Where Do Your Customers Actually Hang Out? We're going to explore how to pinpoint the platforms where your potential customers are spending their time. So, if you're ready to discover the best places to connect with your audience, let's dive in. About half your future customers are already gathering in a few specific corners of the internet, yet most businesses keep shouting into the void. A stranger hears about you in a niche Discord. A friend spots you in a tiny subreddit. None of them saw your ads, so where did they actually find you? That friend who randomly finds you? They're not random at all. They're standing on one tile of a very specific floor plan. 6.6 platforms a month. Dozens of apps, countless micro-communities. The real pattern is when and why they switch tiles. They vent in one place, learn in another, buy in a third. A skincare nerd might debate ingredients on Reddit, watch routines on TikTok, then actually click buy from an email they open in bed at 11:32 p.m. The companies that win aren't louder, they're better cartographers. They quietly map these behavior shifts. When a Facebook group drifts to a Discord server, when comments move from public feeds to DMs, when fans stop replying and start lurking. In this episode, we'll turn you into that kind of mapmaker, so you stop yelling in empty rooms and start showing up exactly where your customers already are. Most founders assume, my audience is on social, then post everywhere and learn nothing. A better starting point, follow the moments, not the platforms. When someone is bored in line, where do they scroll? When they're stuck on a problem at work, where do they search or ask for help? When they're about to spend real money, who do they quietly check with first? Each of those micro moments has its own favorite hangout. Think less, where is my ideal customer in general, and more, where are they at 8:15 a.m., 2:30 p.m., and 11:30 p.m. when this specific need shows up? Most people start by asking, which platform should I use? Flip that. Start with, who's already taking my people seriously enough to gather them in one place? Those someone else's are your trail markers. Creators, tools, forums, newsletters, apps, and events that quietly concentrate the exact buyers you want. Think in layers. First layer, intent. Where do people go when they want to vent, research, practice, compare, and finally, commit? Different places reward different intents. High-tempo feeds reward entertainment and quick hits. Long-form corners reward deep dives and decisions. You're not just hunting for traffic, you're looking for context that match what your buyer's brain is doing 5 minutes before they say yes. Second layer, rituals. Forget demographics for a minute and hunt for repeatable habits. The person who skims newsletters at 6 a.m. is different from the one who scrolls at midnight. The remote designer who joins a weekly Figma community stream is different from the one who only checks polished dribble shots. The same human can even be all of these at different times. Your job is to notice which habits cluster around the problem you solve. Third layer, hosts. Every hangout has a host, sometimes a person, sometimes a product. A Notion template seller, a weekly Zoom meetup organizer, the maintainer of a niche open-source library, the admin of a local running club. Hosts enforce norms, pick topics, and shape who sticks around. If you understand what they care about, status, income, access, impact, you can collaborate instead of barging in as a stranger with an agenda. Fourth layer, offstage spaces. The loudest places are often the least decisive. Real decisions drift into quieter corners, small mastermind groups, private Slack channels, industry discords, customer-only forums, DMs between colleagues. You rarely get invited there by asking. You earn your way in by being disproportionately useful in public places first. Think of this like a doctor tracing symptoms back to the underlying lifestyle pattern. You're less interested in the final purchase spike and more interested in the daily environments that keep creating similar spikes month after month. Practically, this means you stop asking, should we do TikTok or LinkedIn? And start asking, who already reliably gathers 500 to 5,000 of my people every week, and what job does that gathering do for them? The answer might be a podcast, a niche SaaS tool, a training cohort, a conference track, or a local meetup, each a very different kind of watering hole, requiring its own style of showing up.
A practical way to spot these watering holes is to shadow the edge cases around your product. Where do power users, skeptics, and newbies cluster when they're trying to squeeze more value, poke holes, or just get unstuck? A B2B analytics startup, for example, noticed their most advanced users kept citing the same 3 conference workshops and 1 obscure newsletter. Those weren't just compliments, they were signals that these spaces were doing real decision-shaping work. A local climbing gym owner realized that every new member who stuck around for 6+ months had first heard about them from the same training app and one specific YouTube coach, not generic socials. She stopped flyering and started co-hosting technique breakdowns with that coach inside the app community. Treat each discovery like finding a studio door in a hallway of noise. Step in quietly, watch what's already working, then offer something that makes the existing rhythm easier, faster, or more fun, without demanding the spotlight. Expect where they hang out to keep fracturing. Instead of one big stage, you'll get dozens of tiny backrooms, podcasts, private courses, niche tools, each shaping beliefs in quieter ways. Zero-party data becomes your compass. Polls, intake forms, even one-line replies like, "Found you through X." Treat those like weather readings. Over time, they reveal pressure systems, where interest is building, which scenes are cooling, and let you move early before everyone else chases the storm. Instead of hunting for a single, perfect channel, treat this as ongoing fieldwork. Follow where your best buyers already swap tips, tools they rely on, meetups they never miss, newsletters they quote. Like tracing faint pencil lines on a sketch, each clue sharpens the picture of where to show up next, with less guesswork and more gravity. To go deeper, here are 3 next steps. 1. Open up Reddit and Facebook today and search 3 to 5 real communities where your ideal customer is already active. For example, r/your niche or Facebook groups your current buyers mention. Then use a tool like Gummy Search or SparkToro to pull exact phrases, questions, and interests from those audiences. 2. Grab a copy of Obviously Awesome by April Dunford and, using what you saw in those communities, tighten your positioning so your website headline, Instagram bio, or LinkedIn tagline clearly names who you serve and the specific problem they talk about in their own words. 3. Pick one platform where your customers are clearly hanging out from your research and schedule a recurring 30-minute block in a tool like Notion or Google Calendar to consistently show up there 3 times a week, answering real questions, sharing before-after stories, and testing one new content hook each week based on the language you collected. This was Owl Up, your daily step forward. To keep learning with structured courses and more insights, go to owlup.co. Until tomorrow!